Okay, this is I'd Love to Change the World by 10 Years After. It was an old British blues band, pretty cool, back in the 70s, I think. Alvin Lee was a lead singer, guitar player, and songwriter, and dishwasher, and everything else for the band. He was supposed to be one of the fastest guitar players in the Western civilization. So, whether he was or not, he was pretty good, so it made kind of a neat thing. This is a kind of a fun song. It's got only 5 chords in it. It sounds good. The chord progress is fun. It's a neat transition. He plays it 2 different ways. One part he plays a picking pattern, and the other part he does a strumming pattern. So it's kind of a fun song to work out. So let's see what's going on. The basic chords are E minor, G, A minor, C, and then his B7, he plays A2, D1, and G2. So he's making a little triangle there. Can you see that? So it's D1, A2, G2, and he basically just plays the middle 4 strings from A to B string. So it's 2 1 2 0. You don't play the high or the low E. Okay, so that's his B7. So again, it's E minor, G, A minor, C, and then that B7. Okay, so let's first of all look at the picking pattern, because that's how the song starts. He plays the first bottom 4 strings for the E minor. So he plays low E, A, D, and the G string. Okay, then he has a walk up. He goes to the low E string, and he goes 0 1 2 3. And when he hits the 3, he goes to his G chord, and he goes all the way through the G chord. So here's the first 2 parts. Here's the E minor for 4 strings. And he goes to walk up. And then all the way through. Okay, so here's the E minor again. Alright. Then he goes back to the low E on the 3. Leave your finger there from the G. So he goes 3, 4. Then he goes into the A minor. He only plays the middle 4 strings. Okay? So here's what we got so far. So E minor, walk up, through the whole G, 3 4 5, or back 3 4, and then the A minor. Just the middle 4 strings. So. Okay, then he does another walk up. He's going to walk from the A minor to the C. So he starts on open A, A1, A2, and then A3, he plays the C chord, the middle 4 strings. And then he comes back and plays the B7, just the middle 4 strings. Alright, so here's the whole thing real slow. E minor, 4 strings. Walk up, all the way through. 3 4, then the A minor, middle 4 strings, then the walk up, middle 4 strings on C, middle 4 strings on the B7, and back again. Okay, so that's just I call it picking pattern. That's what he plays on that. And so sometimes he plays that. The other time he plays the same chords, but he's using a strum pattern. The song picks up in pace, and he plays this. So on the E minor, the G, and the A minor, he plays this pattern. Down, up, down. Okay? But he plays it twice for each of those chords. So the E minor, G, for the C and the B7, he only plays the pattern once. Okay? So here's that pattern again. E minor, down, up, down, down, up, down. G, A minor, C once, B7 once. And that's the song. Okay? So he starts off with the picking pattern first. He goes first 4 strings, walk down, gets into the strum pattern. Okay, so on the sheet that I'll send you, you'll see where to play the pick, where to play the strum patterns. Unfortunately, I can't get the audio in the YouTube to play at the same time I'm playing the guitar, so there you go. So if you play the song in YouTube, what I showed you will work. Just put it on slow, like 3/4 speed on the YouTube, and it should you should be able to play along with it fairly well, or at least figure out what's going on there. All right, have a good time.